Welcome to the Media Hunt Report. I'm here with one of the leading project marketers on the Gold Coast, and Jayde Pezet. Jayde, welcome.
Thank you, Steve.
Now, Pezet Matheson, we haven't really spoken to you for a while, but I know you're doing quite a lot behind the scenes. What's going on in the marketplace? Give us a snapshot.
Yeah, well, Steve, it's been incredibly busy. You know, that top end of the market's still incredibly buoyant, which is great. In addition to that, we've had a lot of interest from young professionals locally, and in particularly those that are living within a 20-kilometre radius.
That's interesting because we did speak the other day, and we were looking at sort of what's changing since COVID. You know, obviously when the pandemic happened, everyone came up from Sydney to escape and then bought property up here. That's kind of subsided a bit, hasn't it? And the local professionals are coming back into play.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the interstate market has always been something that has been, really, really strong on the Gold Coast. It's probably backed off slightly, but the local market, we're seeing a lot of people downsizing into apartments. Obviously, as we've mentioned before, we've got baby boomers that have expedited that process and they're moving into larger high-end apartments. But we're also seeing young professionals that live within that sort of 20 to 25 kilometre radius of any given project that we're selling, moving in and capitalising on that top end again.
And obviously they can sell well, can't they? Because, property prices have gone up so much over the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, look, talking to local real estate agents, that general market or the mum and dad houses out there are still fetching incredible prices for the quality product. And I think that's a really, really, really important thing that's happening in the Gold Coast market, whether it be off the plan or established stock, is that flight to quality.
And I believe that they're pretty fussy too. They know what they want in terms of, if they are going to downsize into apartments with families, they want to be in great locations. They want all of the mod cons.
Yeah, certainly. And that whole lifestyle aspect that comes into the Gold Coast, which is something that we're really well known for as a city, is super important. And we're having a lot of people that are purchasing off us looking for those additional amenities like steam rooms, like ice baths. That real wellness piece is something that's imperative to a lot of people.
So what percentages are the young professionals, do you think, at Pezet Matheson?
Yeah, I think the young professionals, Steve, if we look at it holistically across our portfolio of 13 projects at this point, we're probably looking at about 25% of our purchases over the last 6-month period have been out of that sector within the local community of young professionals.
And then you've got your baby boomers that just keep downsizing.
Yeah, look, the baby boomers have always been incredibly relevant here on the Gold Coast, and we're probably seeing about 20% of our buyers coming out of that sector. And still a really strong surge from Brisbane, which is always the case. We see people who are either Noosa people or Gold Coast people that live in Brisbane, and that whole piece is still incredibly strong.
And we all know there's been constraints in the market. There's less product, I guess, to choose from, but the ones that are able to deliver are delivering some pretty amazing stuff. Maybe step us through some of those projects that you're working on.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, if we look from the southern end of the coast, S&S projects are just delivering some really, really special product. Again, with that really strong emphasis on amenity. We're selling Radia at the moment, which is over 30% sold. It's going incredibly well with a super high-end product. We're then moving through to Rhythm Curry Hill, which has been really, really successful. We only have one apartment left there. Some really special product that's coming online in Palm Beach shortly, which will be incredibly exciting broadly on a global scale, but also the level of quality and attention to detail there is really something that is special for the coast.